with me cracking open the safe, finding these two very old journals in a language that almost could make out, got about the area with Caleb's smarts as
It
being,
was Hungarian.
yes, being vaguely Hungarian. And we were going to work on translating some of that. And all of a sudden, we heard some tires on the gravel, and there's a very, very scared Booth walking up to my door. We hide the journals because there was a ledger as well, and you know, a USB with his fucking stupid ass songs on it, but whatever. We, I somehow was able to lie to Booth convincingly enough and told him that there was a werewolf that took it. Because there was a werewolf at his club when we were there the other day. He rolled awful against my two successes and he believed me. So then we got in the car. And while we were transitioning scenes there, Noriko had asked Ron and Kyle to escort her because Hank, her contact for weapons, was ready with the second part of the shipment and wanted to meet. They decided to meet at a parking garage. And Ron, while hiding out, keeping an eye on this deal, was met by Constantine. Uh, it seems that Constantine's much nicer to Ron than he is me. Because that is not the way I remember meeting Constantine. I believe I got picked up by my throat and told to find some people, but he was quite amicable with Ron.
That's the difference between how Ventru and Brewhauer are seen.
Yeah, exactly. And
Does
I mean,
friendly work on Merrick?
I was getting ready to say he was speaking my love language, but still, you know, the deal with
Speaking
Hank,
your love language, I love it.
yeah, and Noriko was way more skittish about Hank this time around.
For some reason.
Because the cops were showing up just as I was leaving, and I couldn't know what happened thereafter.
So when Hank did show up, thanks to Obfuscate, Ron wasn't seen. And Kyle, he wasn't even watching Noriko's bag. He was just checking out that 67 Chevy.
Fuck yeah.
And Hank was quite offended by the way Noriko was acting and said, "Don't call me again." And after changing his mind about stealing that vehicle, we go back to Booth's office. And on the way to Booth's office, I strike a deal with Booth. If I go and get the books back from the werewolf, you give me a life boon. Booth accepts this offer, and I have them drop me off, and I go. I take pictures of all the pages in the journal and ledger, put them onto Booth's USB, which I then pocket, and I start to head back. But while I was away, Caleb gets a little visit. Or no, first they have a conversation, Booth and Caleb, where Caleb proceeds to stab me in the back. I think for the 6th time as he's dominated by Booth to answer 3 questions, all regarding things that I would rather Caleb keep his mouth shut about, but
yes, how could I betray you under the effects of dominate like that?
You know, I'd feel worse about it if it wasn't for that scene with Karina. And I because I don't think he had to be honest.
Oh, when it was Karina he was talking to?
No. I don't think Booth would have had to dominate Caleb to get him to rat me out, but he didn't know that. That's all I'm saying. But
Karina's different.
A little visitor shows up during that as our Malkavian child makes his appearance. We really don't know much about what happened in that time because immediately I walk into the club, the kid's going away, and I walk up to a stunned and frozen solid, sitting straight upright Caleb and Booth, who's happy to see me and acting like he'd never even heard, you know, the word from the snitch. And I'm guessing that kid erased some memories, which is good for me. I hand over the journal and the ledger. The life boon was promised. So, JD, I think we're to you.
Hold up.
I think.
You forgot one very important detail.
Which one's that?
The friendly face that the gun crew encountered on their way to the Red Note. I believe just outside.
You know what, Caleb? You cover the end of the scene or the end of the session because at that point I was half falling asleep. I know the Don showed up, but I don't remember what he said.
Yeah.
He didn't say much, but
Isn't
he
it where we
did, more or less, but very notably, he did call this his city.
Mm-hmm.
City he
I
is
remember
not the
that now that you
prince
said
of.
that.
So,
Worrisome.
but he's been very friendly with Ron. Just a fellow Ventru.
Yeah. Yeah, just a fellow Ventru, nothing to.
Definitely not about to pull the whole "we're the same clan, so you need to do shit for me" thing.
All right. So, when last we left our intrepid here, oh wait, wrong gang. When last we left our blood-sucking vampires, you guys are, well, dealing with some stuff and going through some things and meeting new people and making new friends. How's everybody doing? No, it's fine. Okay. So, Ron, Noriko, oh, and Kyle. The three of you are on the street near the Red Note. You have just been confronted by Don Alonso de Vargas, the oldest Ventru in Denver.
Yikes.
And he has, as Josh so ably pointed out, perhaps indulged in a slight slip of the tongue and referred to it as his city. But, like I said, perhaps it's just a slip of the tongue. One way or the other, though, you are standing in the street with this well-dressed gentleman. He looks at all three of you and he says, the degree of violence that has been normalized in this city in the past few months is unacceptable. And I recognize that you, Detective Green, are working hard alongside the city's sheriff to help maintain order. And I recognize, Mr. Jensen, that you have taken quite a novel approach. It is a very rare member of your clan who becomes an active member of the business community in a city, or who enters a partnership with the prince with an eye towards maintaining security. I appreciate your contributions, both of you. Miss Noriko, you and your efforts in the city concern me somewhat. It has come to my attention that you have been maintaining an active personality on social media. And he looks directly into your eyes. And he says, I do not feel that this is the wisest course of action for one of our kind.
Are you
Will?
suggesting I curtail? Oh, I said perhaps not. You didn't hear that? I'm sorry. I said
Yeah,
perhaps not.
no.
And then she says, I'm certainly willing to curtail those activities.
You see, my concern, my dear, has very little to do with your socialization or using your outreach to influence the community around you, and everything to do with the idea that you are an immortal. You are, in fact, one of our kind with a notable disfigurement.
Yes.
Your little, and he gestures around his own mouth, your little issue that requires wearing a mask anytime you go out in public could easily become a severe liability for someone who insists on posting photographs and videos of themselves on the internet on a nightly basis.
But you see, if I wasn't doing that with these and playing into the cosplay effect, I would be that much more plausibly convicted of being such. So I'm attempting to use that as a disguise, if you will. It's
Ah,
pretty common in this era where cosplayers are having that permanently done through their dental, and
I
I'm trying to
see.
do
So
you know,
leaning
way
into the image as
exactly,
a poser,
exactly.
someone who is attained the look via dental prosthetics. I see.
It's the best strategy I had. I mean, given the, as you say, disfigurement, I had to attempt to make an excuse for it.
I see. Well,
But if you insist, I will curtail all of that.
I believe that the longer your presence online persists, the more likely it is to become noticeable that, well, you never post anything that is filmed during the day. You do, in fact, have a notable disfigurement. And
But aren't
you
they
do not
pretty?
age.
I couldn't resist.
I'm sorry, Will, did you ask him, aren't they pretty?
I did. I did, in fact.
Ahem. We're gonna take a moment and cut scene back over to Booth's club, where Merrick and Caleb are in the office with Booth. Caleb, now that Booth has, you know, paid his debt to Merrick, or has promised to pay at least, you suddenly find yourself free to move, speak, whatever. You have no memory of a recent visit from a Malkavian of short stature, nor do you have any memory of ratting out Merrick to Booth.
Can we stop saying ratting out? Like
Marking?
being forced? Like it's not ratting out if they torture it out of you, and he didn't torture it out of me. He just mind controlled it out of me, which is worse.
As you say, perhaps. Um,
Now, Caleb, on the other hand, does have. Oh, how do I do this without? God damn it. God damn it. Because what Caleb should be doing is going back to search for the missing ghoul. Except if he tries to slip away, that would involve explaining to Booth and Merrick what he's doing.
it really would, wouldn't it? Gosh, I hate that for you. You're so conflicted.
You know, I think Caleb's just going to turn to the other two. I think this calls for a celebration. Let's get some bubbly and some vessels.
I mean, sure. I could use a top up.
I bet you could after a fight with werewolves.
Yeah.
Booth just looks at you and he's like, "Man, I don't know even where you find the stone to confront lupines head on. That's just crazy."
I'm 3-0.
3-0, baby.
Yeah. I'm just wow.
The other battery's plugged in. So yeah, we can get a drink, but I mean, we should probably see where the group is.
Oh yeah, my phone has been going off for a while.
Yeah, no problem. I know.
All
I'm
right.
headed out there this weekend. Grab it.
So it is at this moment, Caleb, you check your phone,
Later.
you see several missed calls and messages from Noriko. I do not recall. Detective Green or Kyle, did either of you attempt to reach Merrick or Caleb? Or was it all just
Yeah.
Noriko?
I
Did you?
don't think
Okay.
so. I think it's Noriko. I don't think Detective Green did anyways.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I might have. I can't remember.
Okay.
Guys, I don't know.
I'm sure Booth wants to run this back as fast as he can. But
Yeah, I've got to get this
there's
over to
one
the
issue.
prince.
You left your car at my place, so you're riding with us, buddy.
Oh. Well, no, I've got a car here I could use. It's fine.
You sure?
Yeah,
You don't want to hang out.
Tell you what, uh run me by the prince's place right quick, and I absolutely will.
Yeah,
Okay, good.
do you know if they've gotten Ramona up yet?
I don't. Actually, that's a good question. I know Edward had said it was on his agenda for tonight, but I don't know if it's happened yet.
I'd like to check up on that too. So hey, we all got stops.
Yeah. Mm.
Caleb, why do you look like you've seen a ghost?
I don't know what you mean. Caleb says, quietly checking his text to see if anything from Amanda's come in.
No,
Not just
nothing
that,
from
but when I
Amanda.
came in here, you were sitting like, well, I mean, if you could piss down your leg, then looked like you would have.
Merrick,
Ooh,
that's
Booth
just called
looks at
good
you
posture.
and then looks at Caleb, kind of shrugs and says, I don't know. I just mistook him for a pasty academic with a stuffed shirt. He seems stiff and formal at the best of times.
I object to pasty.
We're undead. We're all
Pale?
I like to call myself fair.
Mm.
Sure, we'll go with that.
I didn't
All
know
right.
he was a Ventru. Sorry.
All right. So, Caleb, do you return a phone call to Noriko or
Yeah.
are you sending a text? All right.
Nah, we'll
Noriko,
call.
So
Caleb thinks
your
as
she's
she's
got
getting dressed down,
herself staked.
yeah, Noriko, your imminent smiting by the Ventru Elder of the city is apparently put on a hiatus when your phone rings.
I silence it immediately.
all right, Will,
You
we
know,
offered you it out. We got that scene perfectly to give you it out,
Mm.
and you just don't take it.
fair is
Yeah.
fair.
Called chaos.
Look,
Yeah.
I won't criticize
You know
anyone
how-
for fucking screening Caleb's calls, but
over the fucking who knows what of, you know what I mean? Yeah, let me take this call
Yeah.
real quick. I'll get right back with you.
I mean, you're already tiptoeing that edge if you want to just keep, you're already right there.
You know,
yeah.
Don Alonso looks at you as you silence your cell phone.
I want to finish real quick. She like when it rings, her eyes go wide, swallows real hard as she's silencing the phone, and then she kind of looks down and like you know how a kid will scrape their foot in front of them back and forth a little bit or whatever if they're like nervous about something. That's what she's doing right now. Looking down.
I'm imagining Caleb's ringtone is like some Beatles or something.
Oh my gosh.
Probably K-pop on my phone.
Oh my god. Okay. Don Alonso looks at you, Noriko, and says, your sire is close kin to the Prince of the City. You have a noble name and the tradition of a well-respected clan to uphold. I would urge you, Miss Noriko, to find something within your power to do to help the Prince of the City maintain the traditions rather than disrespect the city's elders and flaunt the traditions. Now, if you gentlemen and lady will excuse me, I have business elsewhere. I bid you all good night and good hunting. And he begins to walk down the sidewalk, turning his back on you all.
Good night, Don Alonso.
Jesus.
Thank you, Kyle.
If we Could run into the prince later. Did we mention this meeting?
Are you
I
asking
don't
him or
know.
are you asking each other?
I'm asking Don Alonso.
Oh,
Oh, feel free. I spoke with Edward myself earlier this evening.
Did you proclaim this to be your city to him as well? Or did that just happen with us?
Damn, Ron. I thought I
Oh
had
my
spoons.
Wow.
I'm
And
just
I
saying.
thought Noriko laid an egg.
con huevos.
I'd laid mine deliberately too, though.
Wow.
That was deliberate too. What he just did. Stepped in it. Man.
Just
Nick,
curious for a guy that's all about respect and etiquette, and I'm just curious. That's all.
Nick, I love you, man. I just want you to know that, okay?
Yeah,
Um,
sure.
ahem. Don Alonso stops. I mean, as I said, he had turned his back to you all and had begun to walk away. And then you ask your question.
Take 3 steps backwards.
He stops and he
You
turns
pussy.
around and he looks at you and he says, I see why Duke finds you to be valuable help. You pay attention to what is said. And he takes a step back towards you.
Oh God.
If I may, as he does, Ron's going to take a step towards him, not threateningly, just to meet him. You know what I mean?
Okay. Are you meeting his gaze?
Definitely. Ron's ready for this test.
Okay. All right. And so you've taken a step towards him, and he's taken a step towards you, and he smiles and he says, Edward understands that, yes, he is the prince. And yes, he does have my full support. But he also understands that Denver is my city. I arrived on this continent 3 centuries before he did. I arrived in this city 50 years before he did. He has my respect. He and I are peers. He has more of an interest in socializing with our other peers. And he looks around at the three of you with one eyebrow kind of raised, than I do.
Until
As a
now?
rule, I prefer to tend to my own affairs and leave the other kindred of the city to theirs. Nothing has changed. I did, however, feel it appropriate to seek you all out tonight and introduce myself. Now, Childer, if you are done casting aspersions on my character or calling into doubt my relationship with the city's prince, I believe I had already mentioned that I have other business elsewhere. And
Indeed, you did.
he looks around at the people moving around up and down the sidewalks, moving in and out of the bars and nightclubs along the street. And he says, it is for the best that we met in public. It is so hard to get neonate blood out of good leather.
I love this guy so much.
Ron's gonna hold his hand out to shake. The pleasure's all mine.
He takes your hand.
Oh my.
He provides a gentlemanly handshake. And he nods and he says, "Again, I bid you all good evening."
Konnichiwa.
And he turns to Noriko, and he actually smiles, and he nods his head. "Konnichiwa. Do
I
tell
bow.
your sire that I send my greetings."
I'll do that.
And he walks away from you all.
Uh,
Ron, you have a dot in awareness, do you not? Not alertness, awareness.
Yeah, I have more in alertness, but I do believe I have just one single dot for the awareness.
Yep. Please roll your perception plus awareness. Kyle, Noriko, do either of you have a dot in the awareness ability?
negative. You told me it was useless.
I didn't say it was useless. I just said it might be inappropriate for Kyle.
I have 2 dots. Perception plus alertness. I mean, awareness.
Yep.
Uh,
Got one success.
I
I
see.
know I'm not the roll 20. Sorry. I forgot.
Oh, good grief. Um,
I apologize.
um, Nick, would you be so kind as to go ahead and just roll 4 dice for Will since he's not in?
Oh, oh yeah, shit. I'm sorry, I didn't realize.
I'm
No,
there.
that's okay. Oh,
There.
you're in. Okay, go ahead. He's got it.
Okay, cool.
Holy shit.
It's 4.
No, it's
Oh,
statistical.
yeah, you got 3 in perception. That's right. Okay. Very good. Oh, yeah. Um, with 1 success, Detective Green, you get that shiver. Commonly described as the feeling that someone has walked over your grave. Noriko, with 4 successes, as Don Alonzo walks away from you all, for just an instant, you feel like the darkness of the night around you is reaching out for you and about to engulf you.
Wow. Okay.
And then you blink, and everything's fine. Neon lights, street lights, everything normal, nothing weird, just that sense for the moment that something terrible is about to happen.
Well, I'm not going to say anything until I know he's long gone, or at least visibly long gone.
Oh yeah, he walks down the street, hails a taxi, gets in it, and is driven away.
Feels okay. Narco's going to turn to the other two and go, Did you feel it? Did you feel that? Did you see
Yeah.
it?
What, you're imminent death? I felt that.
Not that. The darkness. It was reaching out for us. As he was walking away, it was coming alive, and then I blinked and it was gone.
You're being paranoid again, Noriko.
I'm
As you
telling you,
describe this though, Noriko, like you see Ron like completely encapsulated by what you're saying. He's like
the
extremely
darkness was
into
reaching
it.
for me.
Like I
It
didn't
was for all of us.
interpret it as darkness, but it felt like to steal what JD just said, it felt like somebody walked over my grave. But that was kind of awesome.
I don't think it was awesome at all. I think I'd.
Oh, I do. I think that I want to learn how to do that. That's how you introduce
You're,
yourself, folks.
you're insane. I mean, you're insane. I mean,
No.
I'm a thrill seeker, and that's what I do. But and I walk the line, but you, sir, are short a chromosome or something. I don't know what is up with you.
Ron is kind of replaying the whole scene in his head, and he's like, color me impressed. He's like, man, that dude was badass. Just saying. You say whatever you want. That guy was a total badass.
Yeah.
And he's in my
I mean,
clan. Did you see that? He's in my clan.
yeah. I mean, honestly, that right there, Ron, that gives you so much more confidence about your clan's place in the universe.
Right.
Wait a minute,
No, trust me.
because
Like
I mean, up until
that just
now,
showed him something he
it's
hadn't
just
seen
been you and
before.
it's just been you and Earl, and you have felt
Mhm.
all along like, man, this is just wrong. There's something amiss with the universe. Wait a minute. Oh, oh, yeah, so good.
Yeah, no, this was very, very enlightening for Ron.
Okay,
He just
so
got some life goals right now.
right, man, talk about presence.
I guess I should say on death goals.
If
Sure.
we still had piss in us, there'd be a puddle right below me. I can tell you that one.
So,
That just seems to excite Ron even more. Like, yeah, there would be. You're right. You're totally right. Holy shit. I didn't even think about that.
yeah. Um, so Noriko, Caleb tried to call while you were having that conversation. You were
Right.
trying to reach him earlier. Are you going to call him back now?
Yeah, I'll remember that and dig for my phone. Call him back real quick.
Okay. So, Caleb, your phone rings. You, Booth, and Merrick have made it to the car, and you're headed across to the prince's place.
Caleb answers on the first ring. Are you well?
Kind of chuckle, like sort of disturbingly, and be like, "No, not at all. None of us are.
Where are you?
Where
We'll
where
come
where
help
where
you.
am I? Where are we? Where are we?
You're outside the red note.
Outside the red note. Outside the red note. Yeah.
Okay, we're going. Our plan is to stop by the prince's place, and then we can go get you. Do you need us to go there first?
I recommend it.
Okay. Is there anything you can tell me about the situation?
It's resolved, but it is very disturbing.
It's resolved, so we can go to the prince first and then come help you?
I think it might be pertinent to have this information before you do that, and then it may color something that you do or do not do.
Okay. Be there in 10.
All right.
Turns to Merrick. We're breaking the speed limit. Apparently they were just in trouble and just got out, and the prince should hear about it.
Oh God.
I.
I just want to say, Caleb, absolutely, and I appreciate this, but I would like to point out that apparently something has gone bad and I was not present for it. So you can stop blaming me every time something goes wrong.
Just this
No,
time.
this time I'm sure it was Noriko's fault. But
And see, I, as the storyteller, am still firmly convinced that it is actually Merrick's fault. It is the accumulation of Merrick's actions that
Yep.
has drawn Don Alonso into the public eye. So,
but
but
yes, you're
hey,
right.
details.
You're right.
Might be
Booth's
the
like,
same
hey,
thing,
I thought we were going to the Broad Street.
Yeah.
A member of our, well, a friend is a strong word. A vampire we run with said she was in trouble.
I see. Okay.
I told her we were going to the prince to drop something off, and she said we should talk to her first. That, which I think means this is something the prince wants to hear about. Might make 2 trips,
Seems-
right?
Seems reasonable. Okay. I am here for it.
Okay, now let's see how fast the taxmobile can go.
It's not necessary. It's only about 9 blocks down to get from Booth's club to the Red Note.
Oh shit, why was I even asking if we should go there first? Damn.
Well, I mean, the Broad Street is also here in this same general area. So, kind of the nightclub district, what the kindred refer to affectionately as the Rack.
Okay. So yeah, Caleb drives over.
Okay. So the 3 of you are still outside the Red Note when Caleb, Merrick, and Booth arrive together in the Taxmobile.
What is
I
the
just,
tax?
yeah, what kind of car does Caleb drive?
An
I got
85
a
Buick
Prius.
Century.
You shitting me?
Yes, I asked Josh, not
I know.
Frankie.
I mean, it's either going to be a Beetle or a Prius. Because let's be real here, Caleb doesn't
Oh.
have a good car.
Dude, it's totally a Prius.
Yeah.
Oh, no, it's not. I deny thee.
Oh.
It is a 2016 Nissan Sentra.
I have
Let
that
me-
car, JD. In
Four-door
my park-
sedan. Four-door sedan
Great gas
with
mileage.
fantastic gas mileage. 276,000 miles.
Yeah, you can't kill it.
Yeah.
That's-
Caleb's been driving it since he's been a student.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oracle would not be seen in that car.
Oh
or
my
anywhere
goodness,
within
that's so
10 feet
funny.
of it.
You
I
know,
wouldn't be
lucky
seen
lucky
10
for
feet of it.
You know,
lucky for
Caleb and Merrick
Noriko,
got it
it's
right,
not her
man.
car.
You just get a old model car. There you go.
yeah. Look, it's just reliable. Anyway,
Yeah.
pull up in the taxmobile. Okay.
It's unremarkable. It doesn't attract attention.
I like the 85 Buick Skylark better.
Oh man. Wow.
Yeah, but Caleb can't be driving around in a 40-year-old car.
Yeah, I mean, what happens if he breaks down halfway between the club and his haven in the morning? I mean, seriously.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not like he can fix a car.
No, a reliable car sounds better. Sounds more professor-like anyway, but I just like the
Okay.
idea.
Okay.
All right.
Caleb stops and gets out to assess what's going on.
Thank God.
So the
because I
3
would
of you,
think it'd be a boon to get in that car.
are standing on the sidewalk in front of the Red Note. Merrick, you've got the keys on you, so if you wanted to get the group out of public sight, you could certainly open the door and let everybody in.
Yeah, absolutely.
But it's up to you if you want to do so, or if it's even worth the trouble.
Yeah, I mean, actually, yeah. So, I mean, if they're just standing out front, we can walk up and be like, "Is this something we need to talk about inside?" Or
Wise.
You missed the most badass shit ever.
What?
It might be wise to go inside. Yes, I think that's appropriate. Unless you think your office is bugged.
Bug.
The office.
This place was just on fire.
It's fine. Let's just go inside. Let's just step in.
Let's go inside. As they're
Noriko's
walking
just a bit spooked.
What do you say?
As they're walking in, Caleb leans over to Merrick. Wasn't Kyle the paranoid one last time we saw them?
Yeah, something's going on. Let's figure out what this is.
Twilight Zone episode, boys.
So we all step in and
Booth follows you into the club, He is looking between you all, kind of bemusedly.
We do that to people a lot.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So what's going on? What happened?
I'll let their adventures tell it.
Is he cool, man?
Oh yeah, he's actually cooler than he's ever been.
Oh no.
Booth just
We're
Booth just looks at you, Kyle, and says, "It's okay. I understand. I understand your concerns."
well, you literally work for the man.
Unfortunately, that's not exactly true. I am related to the man. It's not the same thing as willingly working for the man.
Well, like okay.
It's the
He
difference.
he
It's a long story, and I'll fill you in, Kyle. I promise. But let's just say that Booth is cool. So what happened?
We met someone, man.
You're not even gonna believe it.
Nah, probably not. You want to tell him, Ron? He's like your
I'm like, yeah, you see Ron's like
progenitor.
on the edge of his seat, just wanting to burst out and talk about this. And I mean, he just pretty much tells you guys, the whole scene that just played out, but he, has some minor embellishes, and like you could tell he's insanely impressed by Don Alonso and has a bit of a man crush on him.
just a bit.
Just
His
a little
Who
bit.
city.
wouldn't? Even Kyle
Interesting.
does.
I know, right? He said it's his city. And then when I tried to call him on it, he stood toe to toe with me and did not back down on it. This dude is a true
Why would you
G,
think
I'm
he
telling
would?
you.
What do you know
Because
about
What if
Don
he did? What
Alonso,
if he did? You gotta
Booth?
test the motherfucker sometimes.
not when it costs you your life, you fool.
Did it cost me my life? Am I standing right here right now?
You lost your
Yes,
life a long time
by the
ago,
skin
Ronnie boy.
of your teeth. You just
Yeah,
like
he
he said,
laughs at that when you say that, Merrick.
like he
I
said,
guess so.
we were lucky that we met him in public, is what he said. That means he was going to tear you a new asshole. And then there was this
Can I
tendrils
can
in
I tell you something,
he
Noriko?
summoned the darkness, and it was there were tendrils coming out of, and it was. I'm telling you, there's something not right there.
That's the bravado I'm talking about. When you can walk up to motherfuckers and act like that and they just are fearful of you and don't dare question you, that's what you want.
I don't
That's
think
what
I've
I want.
I don't think I've ever seen you this excited about anything, Ron. Ever?
I don't know, man.
And it
Something
sounds
about
like
this
you just
guy.
about
And
died.
he's in my clan too. I don't even think I told you that. He's in my clan.
What do you know
I can
about
learn
Don
stuff from this guy.
Alonso, Booth?
Yeah, Booth. What you heard about him?
Watching what
Don
he says
Alonso?
very carefully.
He Don Alonso looks around at the five of you and he's like, Don Alonso is the single most terrifying creature I have ever encountered. Are you kidding?
Ron
Likewise,
just points right at Booth and says, "See, Noriko, see what I'm talking about?"
He was pretty cool, man. He told me he likes what I'm doing. Of course, Noriko.
like what I was doing. But granted, it is Denver, not Tokyo. I understand that now. It's a whole different animal. Whereas you can walk around Tokyo
But
and look at
Noriko, regardless, he did say at the end to tell your sire that he said hello and was very friendly about that. Sure, he might
yes.
have had a couple of criticisms, but
Do you know
he's
how
just trying to
terrifying
smooth some rough
it is?
edges.
You know how terrifying it is to know that he knows my sire?
I mean, we're
He knows
rather
my sire. He knows all
we're
of our
rather
sires, probably.
probably not Kyle's.
Well, yeah, okay. Well, maybe though. He said he's been here for what, 300 years or something?
Yeah, but isn't
Yeah, maybe.
Surfer Boy from California?
Okay,
Yeah.
but I
So
mean, maybe he have Kindred heard of kindred that live in other cities? I'm sure this is a thing that happens. Travel and
Didn't say that he'd
intermingling.
been here for 300 years. He
Booth,
said he got here 300 years before the prince. That's a big difference.
yeah,
That's true. That's
Booth,
true. Yeah.
Booth looks around at you all and he's like, okay, look, let me clear up a couple things before you guys get carried away here. So, Don Alonso came to the New World with one of the Spanish fleets that's, began the conquest and settling of Mexico.
He was a fucking conquistador, man.
That's why my preferred people to feed off are Mexican people. See, look it. I
Oh
knew there was
He
my.
something
actually
here.
he looks over at you, Kyle, and he says, "No, I didn't say he was a conquistador. I said he arrived here with them.
As a leader, more than likely.
I don't know how old he is, but I know that once upon a time, 40 or 50 years before I was embraced, he and
700.
Edward, he and Edward had some kind of pissing contest. And the result of the pissing contest was that Edward got to be the prince and Duke got to be the sheriff, and Don Alonso gets left alone in his city.
The king.
So it is his city.
Don Alonso has been in Denver since the 1870s. He arrived in the Denver area 50 years before Duke and Edward. So
At least 700.
yeah, uh, Edward crossed the English Channel with William the Conqueror in 1066.
Holy shit.
Edward
Okay.
Edward Edward is nearly 1,000 years old.
Well, I'll tell you, Booth, I don't know my history well, but
He and Don
1066 is a long
Alonso
time ago.
are peers.
Don Alonso said that. He said they were peers.
Yeah. He means it in the very traditional, they kind of see eye to eye about things because failure to do so would result in a war that would leave the city decimated. Don Alonso is basically Edward's break glass in case of emergency contingent. If you saw him in person and he looks around at all five of you, if Don Alonso approached the three of you on the street, you need to be very discreet.
Nah, man,
Did
he
you hear
told us
that?
we were cool.
Okay. Kyle? Wow. Okay, so there's this thing you gotta realize. There's being cool. There's sticking it to the man. And somewhere just to the being cool side of things, just a little past that, you get to the, oh my god, the man and his minions are freaking scary. Be cool, brother, because they can smash us like bugs.
No, yeah, I know this, man. I've been knowing this. We're helpless. We can't do nothing about it, man.
How I live
Logan,
from here.
you just pee on your leg and hide behind things. It's all right, Norco.
Yeah.
So, do we mention to the prince that you all had a private meeting with?
He said
Mike
go right ahead.
did say that, but that doesn't mean that we should.
I think we should be honest with the prince.
I do. So I think so as well. But there is a side of the other
Booth,
argument.
I'm gonna
Don't
tell you
Booth
guys something
looks
that
around.
Yeah.
Booth looks around and says, "Guys, I'll be honest. Don Alonso told you he doesn't care if you mention seeing him to the prince?
Right.
I guarantee if you mention to the prince that Don Alonso sought you out on the street, that's going to get Edward looking at you a whole lot harder than you want him to.
Yeah.
Don Alonso would not go looking for somebody unless he had a problem with something." I don't know.
The up table brings in the question that he kind of knows my history and what I was doing before I got here. I would imagine, based on him knowing my sire and all that.
Yeah.
So he never said anything about it, which is weird. But anyway, it's got me thinking.
Well, we're headed that way, so I guess for now, if Booth says we should keep it quiet, we should. But I'm gonna warn you all right now. I don't know that I've ever told any of you this, and I don't know if any of you know this, but the prince can read our minds.
Yeah, I was concerned about that.
Caleb just
I think
nods
that
like,
if you have
that makes
that much
sense.
fear, Rico, to be honest, if you have that much fear towards Don Alonso, that fear should match the prince if they're peers. So yeah, he
Exactly.
probably can read our minds and do all sorts of other shit. But to be
Yeah,
honest with him, it's probably our best bet. Shoot
I
it
think so
straight.
too.
Man, we should all get tinfoil hat.
Not with this
Well,
hand.
Booth turns and looks at you, and he actually offers to high five you, Kyle.
Fuck yeah, bro.
Oh my
That
god.
that would be so epic if we all walked in there with tinfoil hats.
That's
Oh
not
gosh,
Oh.
wouldn't it though?
I can't. I would bring shame upon my clan and my sire.
Can I
Caleb,
bring
So
another
Ron,
thing up?
hell yeah, bring it up.
So I want especially Ron and Caleb to look at it.
Hey,
I want to show them the articles.
Oh yeah.
I
are you
figure since
talking about
Booth is
the true version?
yes, and I
Okay,
figure
because
since
you
Booth is
sent us
there,
the other
maybe Booth
version.
could help. Yeah.
Oh.
So I'll break the story down real quick and
Okay. So yeah,
could I make an expression roll reading this to see if I catch any of that undertones that he rolled as
make
well?
a perception plus
still.
expression roll.
Okay, so that'll be 5 die.
Meanwhile, Caleb's just like,
3 successes?
3 successes. Yeah. The you are actually as a songwriter, Merrick has some pretty extensive experience in phrasing things in such a way as to bury the subtext. And so, yeah, you absolutely recognize that kind of technique in motion. And you see it in this article very strongly. The casual reader would not look at this article and see it as anything other than, a write up about a local business. But the themes of vampirism are just below the surface, where someone who was looking for it would absolutely see it.
Kyle, I don't think this is a message to anybody in Denver about your business. I think this is a direct call out of you, my friend.
Yeah, I think I'm in trouble, man.
This is a masquerade problem.
Did I bring this up to the prince?
Let's deal with it and then tell him.
Yeah. I think we got free reign. I think we were all pretty much named Scourge the other night, so
Caleb takes a step to the side as Merrick says that. Like,
I don't know that that's quite how that conversation went, but
it's
you
how
know,
Merrick
that's
remembers it.
it's how Merrick remembers it, and I'm not disputing that at all.
Well, we can handle your business first, but you guys are going to have to help me fake my death or something. There's no
happy
way.
to help with that.
Yeah, I mean, we
Well,
can do that,
what?
but I think Miles
Yeah.
Stevenson needs to be on our list.
What do we think?
No,
Local influencer knifed
can,
to death on live stream?
I think Miles Stevenson is okay, man.
I don't.
I think it's that editor.
Um. Hey, I've got an idea. Ron, why don't you and I go down to the police station and see if we can't dig anything up about him?
Makes sense that it would
sounds
be
like
the
a decent
reporter.
idea. I understand that, but it still might behoove us to look into the reporter a little too. I would also offer that I could potentially have an officer trail the reporter for a while just to see if we get any hits or anything happens. And potentially do the same thing to the editor.
I can seduce it out of him if you want.
I don't think that a tail
That could be
would
in the future plans. I don't think we should start there, but
Yeah, let's
Oh,
not have
muffin.
the plan that involves putting the vampire next to the potential vampire hunter.
that's
Let's
where
work
I'm at.
through.
Let's use a little more subterfuge.
You spoil my fun.
Hey, if times get desperate, we may call on you. All right, so just keep it in your back pocket.
We're that desperate to get staked.
I do
Like, I'm
think though that
sure we could
looking
arrange it.
into, Miles, the editor, the publication, I think looking into this more is warranted.
Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely.
And as I said, Ron, I'm very happy to come and help you. I know it'll be a lot to dig through on your own.
Caleb?
Yeah?
Your phone buzzes.
Oh,
Sorry, whose
Mama
phone
called.
buzzes?
Caleb steps
Caleb.
away to take it.
Ah,
It's just a text message.
Oh,
It's mommy.
what's the
Serena is
message?
texting you, and the message is very simply, have you had any luck tracking down Amanda?
Caleb just texts something back real quick and puts his phone back in his pocket.
Are you going to tell me, or are you going to type it out to me because you're afraid to let the others hear?
I'm not afraid. It's just not their business.
fair. I'm not gonna fault you at all.
No, no, that's fine. That's fine. Hear that,
So
guys? He's up to something.
Kyle,
Yeah, we knew that.
Noriko,
That's
are you
fine.
guys coming to meet
It's a
the
true here.
prince?
Come on.
Kyle and Noriko, are you guys gonna
Okay.
come and meet the prince, or do you guys have your own errand to run? Because I think
It'd be smart to avoid him, I think, because I don't have a reason to be back in front of him, unless I was just to come out and confess everything.
well, I
Rather than you said handle it and then worry about
I
it.
want to see if Ramon is up, and also Booth needs to talk to the prince real bad before sunrise.
Well, fuck it. I'll
Yeah,
go.
yeah. Well, I mean, you've got like 6 hours or so yet, 7 before sunrise. It's a while. So,
I'll go. Better to confess that. I think he's got a sweet spot for me.
I don't think Edward has a sweet spot.
Nothing on the planet.
His
Except
child
for-
are.
maybe.
I don't know.
Yeah.
He seemed a little more taken back by Ramon's death than he did Wilkes, if I can be honest with you.
I wouldn't know. I wasn't there because I'm
Okay.
never there when we get to talk to the prince.
You've got the choice. Tonight's the night.
Yeah, but I have to go help Ron.
You've got plenty of time to do both. You and Ron
Yeah,
can
we
go downtown together after seeing the prince.
That's true. Okay.
we could do the whole miles run before.
Yeah, man, you've got the whole night. Well, not the whole night, like I said, about 6 hours before sunrise. But still, I mean, that's tons of time.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah,
Cool.
let's go meet the prince for the
Our
first time.
itinerary is set. We're gonna go
Wow,
see
it'd be
old
like the
Edward.
third time I've seen the prince.
Yeah, we don't know that.
Um,
Okay. So everybody's going to see the prince.
Sure, let's make it a party.
Yep.
Taking the bike though.
Probably a good call. All right. So Caleb, Merrick, and Booth climb back in the taxmobile. Noriko is on the bike. Ron and Kyle, are you guys carpooling or do you guys each have your own vehicle?
I got my pickup truck. I think actually Ron rode with me.
I
Didn't
Sure,
you?
I
I'll
think
I'll
that's
hop in the
right.
truck with Caleb.
Okay. I thought you had been riding with Caleb anyway when you went to the rendezvous with Noriko.
It might be. I truly don't remember, so we'll just go with that.
Yeah.
Sounds like
Yeah.
a plan.
So yeah, you get the few blocks over to the Broad Street, and the Prince's nightclub is, as we had discussed, one of the older places in the club district downtown. It has been fairly recently renovated. Um, but it is a more of a bar with a stage and a small dance floor at this point than it is a nightclub as such. So they have a band that they have a different band playing each night. Uh, the the crowd tends to be a little smaller. It tends to be a slightly older demographic. You find the 35 to 45 set here far more often than you find the college crowd. Uh, but
35 to 45 centuries? Just
you
joking.
know, uh, maybe not quite that much. But yeah, it's a more mature
Maybe more than a
place,
couple? Yeah, I get you.
When you walk in the front door of the Broad Street, the five of you plus Booth actually takes the lead. When he walks in, the bartender looks up and waves. Um, you see Kurt, the city's well-known Malkavian. Um, the guy's name is actually Jason, but he doesn't answer to it. He thinks he's Kurt Cobain, and well, he kind of looks the part. But he's on stage tonight with a couple of other musicians, and they are doing a '90s grunge set. Which, if you're into it, it's great. If you're Merrick, you're not impressed. Um, but Booth leads you all through the bar and to the employees only door back by the stage. When you reach that door, he knocks, and Duke opens the door. Booth, what are you doing here? What are you doing here with them? And Booth holds out the 2 books and he says, I have something for Edward. Ah, magnificent. And the sheriff turns and looks around at the group of you and he says, by all means, everyone, welcome to the Broad Street. Come on in. I'm sure Edward will be thrilled to see you all. He steps
Awesome. I love
aside.
an invite.
He
Thanks,
steps
Dugums.
aside and allows you all to enter the backstage area.
Did you catch my thanks, Dukums? Seriously.
I'm sorry, did you just call the sheriff of the city Dukums to his
I did.
face?
I sure did.
Okay,
Twice.
so you know that Mark Harmon TV show on CBS, NCIS,
Yeah.
and the
You slapped
patented
my back of
maneuver from that slap to the back of the head, the Gibbs.
it.
Yeah,
Yes.
Duke slaps you upside the back of the head so hard he almost knocks you down.
I'll quit it.
Caleb has stepped away from Noriko again.
That was not friendly.
Duke looks at you squarely in the face, Noriko, and he says, look, bitch,
Ooh.
I know Edward really likes your sire, and he's thrilled that your sire saw fit to suggest that you come to Denver to broaden your experience of the world.
It's doing
And
that.
he
It's
leans down close to you and he pokes you in the chest with one finger. And he says, I don't give a fuck who your sire is. Every time I see you, you disrespect me or my sire. And if you
flirting.
keep
I'm
it
not
up,
disrespecting.
don't you fucking interrupt me, child. If you disrespect me or my sire again, I will see to it that you greet the fucking sunrise. Do I make myself clear?
Crystal.
Excellent. Edward is in the office. Please follow me. And he looks at the rest of you, and you can plainly tell that whatever else is going on, Duke at least has had his fill of bullshit for the night.
Yeah, Ron has a comment lodged in his brain, but he is doing everything in his power not to say it, and maybe he'll tell everybody later.
Probably a smart choice to save that one.
Yeah, Duke's hot right now.
Oh, so hot.
It's hot all the time. In my opinion.
Well, I meant like, you know, hot-tempered, yeah. You know.
I'm just being
So,
Noriko. He's a thrill seeker. That's her.
Suicidal?
Yes.
yeah, that. So, he leads you to Edward's door, knocks twice, and pushes the door open. Some of the riprap here to see you, sir. Oh, and Booth is with them. Edward looks up, looks at Booth, and says, my goodness, that wasn't terribly courteous. Do come in, everyone. Please, make yourselves at home.
Thank you, your liege.
Make
And
myself
he
at
looks at,
home. Does he have a desk in here?
he is sitting at it
And
with
there's
his
a
feet,
chair in front of it?
up on it, actually.
Yeah, I'm gonna mirror him then, like get
Yeah,
the chair
he-
across.
Edward is sitting in a chair behind the desk with his feet up on the desk, and he is gently strumming an acoustic guitar. The rest of the furnishings in the room, there is a sofa on one wall, There are 2 chairs opposite the desk, opposite him at the desk, I should say. Did we lose somebody?
Yeah, Ron.
Ah,
Oh no.
all right. Oh
While
no.
you're interrupted, can I make the roll I always make when I meet a new person?
If you really want to, I suppose I won't stop you.
I think knowing the prince's mood could be helpful.
Oh, I think you're right about that.
I don't even know he's a vampire.
You don't even know he's a vampire. It could be worse. At least you don't think he's a werewolf.
How do you always roll so low on that?
You
You
know,
have so many die.
this is Captain Facepalm we're talking about. He rolls high when it's important, and he rolls low when it's important.
I also roll
God.
low when it's funny.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, it's just gonna be quiet in the corner.
Booth, it's the oldest amongst us.
Booth steps up to the table and he says, Edward, I apologize for the inconvenience that my actions recently may have caused you. The missing property that you asked me to locate has been successfully recovered. And he hands it the notebook and the journal. He hands them to Edward, who takes them from him, thumbs through a little bit, says, and he actually lifts the books up to his nose and sniffs. Why do these smell like wet dog? And Booth, that that shuffle foot, kick a can kind of
Yeah.
pose that Will
When
was
Nori
making.
goes to, yeah.
Booth actually strikes that kind of demeanor at the moment and says, "Well, I had to involve Merrick in the reclamation of your books, sire. Uh, it seems they may have fallen into the hands of the local lupines." And Edward looks up at Booth, and then he looks at you, Merrick.
Baseball, baseball, grandma's apple pie. Baseball, baseball, grandma's apple pie.
Just be careful you don't rat anything out, or else the
Oh,
entire table will give you shit.
Hilarious.
oh, that's terrific. Um, see, now we've gone and done it. So Booth, oh, wow. Captain Facepalm is not alone. Booth is looking at the prince. The prince is looking at Merrick. Rather than use telepathy, The prince went with the less resource-intensive option and simply used aura perception to try to see what Merrick's emotional state was when Booth tried to thank him for standing up to the werewolves. The nigh omniscient, incredibly old and powerful prince of the city knows that Merrick is a vampire.
That's funny.
You can't make this stuff up, I swear to God.
What does that do to his confidence? I just want to know. Does he get like a sour look on his face or anything?
You know, he's got a better poker face than that.
Yeah.
He looks at Merrick, he looks at Booth, he looks back at Merrick and says, "Thank you again for your service to the city. I appreciate your efforts. My property was taken from me some time ago, and I have been eagerly awaiting its return."
Well, it's the least I could do for Booth, given we both are in a situation where our sires pretty much gone. And speaking of, has Ramon been awoken yet?
We have been tending him by feeding him blood each night. Unfortunately, at this time, his injuries are so extensive that he has yet to regain consciousness. Uh, I fear, given the extent of his injuries, it may be quite some time before he regains consciousness. Uh, Torpor can be difficult to rouse someone from when the injuries are so extensive.
I understand. So,
And he looks at you and holds up a hand to forestall your questions. Says, "As we have previously discussed, I need to speak to him before any determination of his fate is made."
no, that I knew. That I knew. I was going to mention that we don't have any updates as far as Merrick knows above the table on Constantine yet. But we've got a little issue where there might be a little risk to the masquerade, but we're gonna take care of that tonight after we're done with this
A risk to the masquerade, you say?
meeting. Yeah.
Do tell.
Are you familiar with Miles Stevenson?
Um, the name rings a bell, but I couldn't say why. Above
Well,
the table, Eric, had Kyle mentioned the interview process to the prince?
Um,
I don't believe you had.
I don't think I had.
Okay. Now, I guess the question is, how much does Miss Elizabeth actually pass along to him?
That's kind of your fucking domain,
I know, right? Isn't it great?
asshole, Rick,
What?
dickhead. Oh, nothing, nothing at all. I mean,
No, it's fine.
you're a great storyteller, JD. I love you very much. That's what I meant to
Uh,
say.
yes, ass.
Absolutely.
So, he says, "I feel like the name rings a bell. Does he play baseball?"
that actually makes me laugh. No, he's a journalist Kyle, can you provide the 2 articles to the prince? He's a much more obviously skilled musician than I. I'm sure you're going to be able to pick up what I picked up when you read this, sire. So,
All right. So you hand the prince the two versions of the article.
I do.
He takes a moment and he reads them over. He reads the published version first. Looks very troubled. Reads the second version, the unpublished version, and then goes back and rereads the published version again. Which one of these pieces saw publication?
the one with all the
This one,
subtext.
sire, and I show him the correct one, the one that made publication.
I see. And this was published in the Colorado Business Journal.
It was, Your Grace.
An interesting choice. I would not expect. Well, I would not expect whatever this is in a professional publication. This hack job seems to be the sort of thing that would make City Hall and possibly the state legislature very concerned, and quite possibly gain the attention of any vampire who picks up the magazine.
I think that was the intent, Your Worship.
Will you please stop that?
What? What? I need to give you your honorifics, my prince.
A simple sir would do.
Yes, sir.
Do we have you back, Nick?
Seems to be that way.
Awesome.
Okay, good stuff.
Trying to get back to roll 20 now.
No one died yet.
Well, that was the extent of what I had. I'm glad I could be assistance once again to the city. Seems werewolves are my specialty. Uh, quite good with them. Think I'll be rivaling. Oh, who was it? Wasn't Duke that did the. Who was it that did
Are
the
you about
last
to talk
Lupine?
smack about Duke?
No,
Okay.
the Count. I'm on par with the Count. That's his reputation. Includes having beat back some Lupine.
Indeed. Yeah, we don't see much of him. Hmm. So, the prince hands you back the 2 copies of the article, Kyle. And he says, if this is the version that the reporter wrote, and this is the version that went to press, which of the people involved is our problem?
Well, it would seem that the editor would be the problem. Sir.
If I may, just real quick, uh, you're just taking this guy's word that that's the version he wrote, right? Because you know
Well, we
that he
got to
could.
investigate it. That's why we got the
Yeah.
problem, man.
Yeah.
Look into this matter.
Yes, sir.
Find out which one of these people is responsible for this
And eliminate
indicting
them?
finger. Oh, good heavens, no. He looks at you and he looks around at all of you and he says, when it is absolutely necessary to maintain peace in the domain, an enemy may be eliminated. A vampire hunter, on the other hand, the absolute worst thing that you can do, especially in a situation like this where they are obviously writing in an attempt to reach a larger audience and bring in others, the worst thing that you can do is kill them. All you have to do is avoid them and stay out of their sight. If you kill one, then his companions know that he was onto something.
Let me ask you a question, sir.
Hmm.
Um, so what makes you think it's a vampire hunter? What if it's just
Oh,
someone that's fishing?
fishing?
Yeah, maybe he thinks I'm a vampire. Maybe they
Oh, I
want to
suppose
become a vampire.
that is certainly an interesting take on it. Given the tone of the article, on its surface, it seems to support you in your endeavors to get your shop reopened. But references to vampirism are applied to you throughout the article.
Yeah.
I believe it is far more likely that the person responsible for the article is trying to bring attention to you with the hope of bringing hunters to your door. My advice to you is to not be there when they come knocking.
So how much danger am I in?
That is hard to say, as is any urgency that may be applied to it. It seems that it might behoove you to stay away from your place of business, maintain control through your retainer, but maintain your distance even from her in order to avoid being traced back to your haven by those who might have her under surveillance. But then again, after your recent encounters with the area's lupines, it might behoove all of you to consider relocating your havens. Any of their kind could visit the scene of a recent altercation, pick up your scent, and potentially follow you home.
We're just screwed, ain't we?
Staying ahead of staying ahead of hunters, lupines, and your rivals in our own society is a fairly common pastime for many younger kindred. Those of you who survive your early years will learn, and those who do not will serve as object lessons.
Hmm.
Kind
And
of
he
hard.
turns and he looks at Noriko. You're awfully quiet. Is everything all right?
She steps forward and says, first she bows, performing a sekiri, is a 45-degree bow of respect, which is reserved for serious apologies, grave offenses, or showing profound regret. She says, Eberson, I must confess that I've made a grave error in judgment, that I need your guidance in resolving um, before anything comes of it. Um, it seems that I've misjudged, and being as sheltered as I am, the society here in Denver is very different than Tokyo. And these, as she points to her fangs, are much more, I guess, rare or noticeable here in this community, and that my social presence in keeping my disguise up as a cosplayer and having permanent fangs as an excuse, it seems that image goes a lot further in Tokyo than it is less believable here. If you follow what I'm saying, so
I
while
understand.
trying to
Yes,
manage,
that is
well,
accurate.
so we need to discuss. We had a visit this evening from um,
Oh,
one of your peers, if you are familiar with Don Alonso, of course, who also knows
Of course.
Kanasan, who also knows Kanasan, my sire, as you know, um,
Indeed.
confronted us each basically about these issues that need to be resolved. And of course, we are seeking your guidance and your wisdom in resolving. She bows again, steps back. I was thinking to fake my death and to retreat from society and just practice my art.
Faking your death might be a might be a hill
Might
too
draw,
far.
might draw more attention. In fact, I just don't know what to
Indeed.
do. I'm
Caleb raises his hand,
Edward looks at
like
you.
or like
Yes,
raises
Professor.
like raises a finger. Thank you, sir. I may have a suggestion if you merely wish to reduce your significant online presence.
say that I've retreated from that lifestyle and that I've taken up my art in seclusion.
That could work, or you stage something large. Be do something mildly illegal on stream in a public enough place that it's reasonable someone would arrest you. Have a few of Ron's friends arrest you, call them some slurs, get your channel banned. Get your channel banned, post a half-assed apology, and disappear into the night like 1,000 streamers before you.
oh,
That
beautiful.
sounds terrifying. I don't want to be
Edward
portrayed.
Edward looks at you, Caleb, and he nods. That is good thinking.
Thank you, sir.
I go out like that.
An an arrest and a ban for a violation of TOS? Is it? Is that the right phrase? TOS? Terms of
Uh,
service, I believe.
i- it's an initialism, not an acronym.
Ah, I see. That explains your absence from a social media platform without raising questions of what happened to her. It
But
eliminates the potential of a murder investigation. What happened? Who killed this person? Where
yeah,
have they
you're
gone?
absolutely right. He's absolutely right. That's the way to go. I just want to make sure that when I do it, the affront that I make is something that matters. If you understand what I'm saying. If it's true, but it rubs the wrong people in the right way, so to speak, backlash comes, right? Political science,
Oh,
and
good lord.
you know, uh, let's put our heads together and think of a reason. Give me 24 hours to think about the path that it takes, if you would, sire. And she bows again.
Very good. Give it some thought and get back to me before you do anything.
Absolutely.
I would like to hear your plan before you act on it,
100%.
especially with Mr. Jensen's issues with potentially having a vampire hunter looking at the city already.
Indeed.
Anything that you do that might draw further attention could be very damaging. So we will want to coordinate our efforts.
Good. Thank you. Arigato.
All right. And he turns to you, Ron. And what of you, Detective Green? Do you have concerns that you wish to share?
I'm concerned that our target for the investigation has so far eluded us for the most part. His power is not matched by us, that's for sure.
You say
Um,
you have identified a suspect.
I believe so, Prince. And he
And he is in.
described the boy to Prince Edward.
Go ahead, describe him in as much detail as you can.
Okay, so Ron says, I barely recall seeing the subject. There is something about him that makes it hard to identify him. He is a boy, maybe about 10 years of age, dark hair, but beyond that, I couldn't recall. It befuddles me. So much of my life involves me recalling information that I've previously reviewed or witnessed, and this one I can't bring back into my mind.
Now, I've
And I
seen
know
them,
it's
correct?
not just me.
Above table, I've seen them. Marika has. The kid.
Um, no, actually, you have not. You
No,
didn't
but
see him at. You didn't see
actually,
him the night they saw him in the club.
remember, I was the first person that made the roll that saw him in the corner.
Oh, that's right, you were. Yeah. So yeah, you did see him.
So I know what he looks like. And I can, he never erased my mind. So I can tell him, oh, he looks just like this. And I'll give him the description. I saw
He
him
didn't.
first,
He didn't
first thing
erase
in the club.
Ron's mind either.
No, he didn't erase Ron's mind, but still,
Okay, well,
Ron had a hard time identifying him. You know,
Yeah.
he really only saw him in that darkened stairwell, and he was kind of, the kid standing there and he's looking up, so his face and his features were shadowed.
Yeah.
and I'll
Actually,
describe
Um.
how he vanished as well.
question. Does Caleb remember spotting him the first time?
In the bar or on the roof?
In the bar? Because
In the
I know
bar, yes.
A couple people rolled to spot him. Ron did not in the bar.
Yeah.
but a couple people did because when they tried to point it out to Ron, he had already moved. He was gone.
Yeah.
It was Caleb and I. Can't remember.
There you go.
Yeah. So yeah, Caleb remembers seeing the kid in the bar, but you
Yeah.
don't remember seeing him since then.
Mhm.
Yeah, but Caleb will mention the little disappearing act.
Yeah, exactly.
That is troublesome indeed.
Somebody you know, Prince Edward?
There are very few of us who turn children. There are even fewer of those children who survive for very long. I have encountered a handful over the course of my existence. Most of them, I am quite certain, have met their final death in the intervening years. But I suppose it is possible that it could be someone that I am familiar with. Hey, Caleb,
Another.
Yes.
Josh, remember that roll you're so fond of making?
No, I don't wanna.
Now
Okay.
would be a really good time to try it again.
Come on, bot. Hell yeah. That's 2 successes.
Congratulations. The vampire behind the desk appears to be a little nervous.
Hey guys, that's not good.
Yeah. I suppose it's possible that it could be a kindred that I have encountered before. But then again, I have lived a very long time, and I have met many of our kind. We will begin taking steps. And he turns and he looks at Duke, and then he turns and looks at Booth, and then he turns and looks at you, Merrick, and then you, Kyle.
Well,
The discipline of obfuscate is a tricky thing to navigate. Its user cannot be seen by the mortal eye. Only someone with the heightened perceptions of our vampiric discipline of auspex has a chance of reliably piercing the veil of obfuscate. But this vampiric gift is not all powerful. It shrouds the user from mortal awareness. It does not conceal them from mechanical devices. Duke, please spread the word. All kindred-owned businesses, all locations that we maintain influence over, need to invest in upgraded video security systems. those systems to be carefully reviewed by one of us or a loyal servant each night. This will potentially allow us to pick out this boy should he attempt to infiltrate any of our strong points.
I'll inform Karina to similarly protect the Chantry.
Oh, that is a good idea. And then he actually gets this funny look on his face. And he looks at you. And he looks at Ron. Detective Green, you have met the Tremere Elder of the city, have you not?
Nick doesn't remember,
Yeah,
to be
Karina was
honest
at the
with
Red
you.
Note
Is he?
at my concert.
Okay, I wasn't
Yeah.
sure if he was talking about Karina, if there was somebody higher. Okay, yes.
Nope, that's her.
Yes, I have.
Yeah. You met her at the Red Note, and you met her the night that everyone was released and presented to the prince. So you've actually met her a couple of times.
He is smoking. But Ron doesn't say that. But Nick does.
A fair bit of discretion on your part. I approve. But he looks at you. He looks at you, Ron, and he says, "It strikes me." And he looks back at you, Caleb, and he says, "Doesn't Caleb's sire at least superficially resemble the disappeared women?"
Yes.
Yeah, more than superficially.
Ron just keeps it to yes.
Caleb, what do you think about that?
I think Caleb's real glad that he doesn't have like a heart or lungs that like need to do things anymore. Because
Yeah.
that makes the whole stunned silence a lot easier to pass off as just thinking. Whereas like the
True.
gasp and the rapid heartbeat,
Yeah,
not playing it cool.
kind of gives it away. All right.
Um, now you mention it, I'm sure I've mentioned the ongoing investigation to her though, but I'll mention that as well.
Please do. The violence against others of our kind is certainly frowned on, and the destruction of one of our kind by another is forbidden under all but the most dire of circumstances. I would hate to think that Karina might be in danger from this Malkavian. Wait, this child vampire, excuse me. Nobody has said anything that directly proves that he's a Malkavian, so I would hate to think that she could be in jeopardy from this person. But it might behoove her to be quite cautious. All right, very good. I appreciate you all bringing your concerns to my attention. I will place any any resources that you need at your disposal in terms of upgrading security for any facilities that you may own. If you require additional funding, I will be happy to help. And if you require daytime security, I can certainly recommend a couple of, well equipped and well trained security personnel.
Perhaps would you be able to help with the arrest and later dismissal or release, rather? Would that be something that
Yes. I will I will lay that particular task uh, in Earl's hands. He will contact you, and the two of you can work out the details.
Very well.
You know, before this meeting ends, Prince Edward, there was one question I neglected to ask earlier. Had you by chance seen Constantine tonight? Had he come by here to talk with you?
Using aspects. Definitely using aspects.
This actually just, I was trying to remind myself to ask this earlier and I forgot when I was talking to the prince. So this is
Oh,
also
that's
Nick
okay.
being a minor stoner here. Or
Oh,
major.
dare.
But yeah, Ron throws that one in at the end. Hey, had you seen Constantine tonight by any chance?
He looks at you kind of in surprise. He says, "Well, funny you should ask. Uh, I actually saw Constantine earlier tonight for the first time in a couple of weeks. I was quite surprised to see him, in fact."
As was I when he came upon me when I was supposed to be keeping an eye on Noriko. He played a bit of a dirty trick on me. He distracted me. He directly asked me about Max and Shelley and if I had seen them. And I pressed him and I asked him if he was on his way to see you. And he gleefully informed me that he had already seen you. I won't lie and say that I believed him. I didn't trust what he was telling me. So I was curious. But I see that he hadn't in fact lied to me, so I guess +1 for him.
Constantine is an interesting problem.
Funny word to use. Not the interesting, the other word.
He is useful at times, but his inquisitive nature can be bothersome.
Well, at least he only lightly interrogated me. Can't say the same for Merrick. I
And
would say, between you and I, and everybody here, I don't fully trust Constantine. And I fear that maybe at some point he may cross me or one of the kindred here, or maybe even yourself, Prince. But I doubt that thought hadn't crossed your mind already. You seem to have quite a grip on things, so I'm only speaking my mind here.
I have known Constantine entirely too long. He still lives because he has yet to offer any actionable provocation. And he turns to you, Merrick. He says, part of that is, no matter how dire his threats might be, he will not directly act against you. Intimidating the young and the foolish is a game that he takes pleasure in.
Can I ask another quick side question? This is just like Nick talking out of game because I missed a little bit of something.
Mhm.
Will, did you describe to the prince what Noriko was able to detect about Don Alonso when he had stepped away?
I didn't out loud, but I would have disclosed the entire disturbing.
You hadn't said so. So
Yeah. Well, okay. Like that I didn't, but yeah, I guess not. I
If I
might.
may, Ron will just bring that up and say another,
There you go.
point of interest. Noriko felt very fearful and distrustful of Don Alonso. I didn't quite get that feeling, but maybe you'd like
Then
to
she would
elaborate,
break down.
Noriko.
Then she would break down and be like, "He summoned. There was a darkness, and it was with these tendrils of black were coming for all of us, and then I blinked, and suddenly it wasn't there anymore. But I was terrified."
And he looks at you, and he looks at you very closely. He says, Noriko, child, take a calming breath and describe what you saw to me again very carefully.
Well, I was sitting there watching him walk away, and when suddenly the whole darkness, the night just came alive and tried to swallow us all. It was reaching for us, and I was terrified. But then, as I said, a moment, and then it was gone. No, I didn't feed off somebody that was tripping or anything like that. And he felt the dark shadow creep across his soul. And she points it. Does that mean something?
I'm not sure.
It chilled me to the
It
bone. I tell you.
is it is sig- it is said that certain kindred belonging to the Sabbat wield power over darkness itself. However, Don, you say this occurred after Don Alonso had walked away from you?
Yes, he was walking away. I would say, and I guesstimate how many yards he was away.
But he had turned his back to you.
Correct.
My sense of the stories that I have heard of this power suggests that its wielder must be able to see his targets.
So there was a watcher then in the dark.
I
Like
wonder.
that then.
I do not know. There are no kindred known to me within the city who wield this power. This is most concerning.
So as I declared, I was using Auspex this whole time. So can I make that roll and see what I gathered from any impressions?
You know, I would have preferred that you make that declaration at the beginning.
He did.
I said it.
I'm
I said
gonna
it
He
to
I'm
him.
did. He
gonna stand
did.
up. He did.
He said
Okay.
it multiple
All right.
times. Yeah, I'll vouch
All right.
for it as
Well,
well.
then, by all means, make your roll.
I don't recall what the roll is. So Auspex and something, right? Perception
Nope. Perception plus empathy.
was empathy. Hold on a second.
Difficulty 8.
I only have one. So that's 4 dice. Difficulty 8. Whoops. Oh my God! Look at that!
Damn.
Wow, nice roll.
I'm impressed.
Damn.
10, 9, 10. It, those are mighty successes.
The prince appears to be telling the truth. To the best of his knowledge, there are no kindred in the city who wield this power. He is obviously concerned by the idea that someone might be in the city who can.
Right. Obtenebration.
Obtenebration is some scary stuff.
Dude, and I just asked about that last session.
I
Like, is there a way
know.
I could learn this? No. I was like, damn.
Yeah.
Oh, great. Oh, that's really good news.
Technically speaking, Nick, there is a way that you could learn obtenebration,
Well,
but you'd
I
have to join
understand.
the Sabbat to do so, and I
Yeah.
don't think we're going there.
No, I understand. It's like one of those things where it's like this just does not fit with this particular campaign. But when you described that to me, I was just like basking. I was just like, that's the thing I was just talking about. That shit is so badass. That was really cool, JD, by the way. That was an awesome introduction. I
Oh,
don't know if I
uh,
telegraphed that enough.
you know, the character's reaction is gratifying enough. Thank you. Hmm.
Well, somebody else must
So,
have been there then.
very well. I charge you all then with this. Conduct your inquiries. Be discreet. If you find evidence to suggest that either this Miles Stevenson or his editor, either one, are in fact vampire hunters, stay as far away from them as possible. Do not engage unless you are given absolutely no choice. If you must engage with them, do so with the utmost caution. All too frequently, their kind will seek us out, and they will attempt to ambush us not just with physical means of ending our own lives, but with mechanical or electronic means of recording proof of our existence. They seek to pierce the masquerade in order to enlist others into their cause. We must deny them this proof. You understand, yes?
Yes.
Of course.
Discretion is my middle name.
He looks at you, Merrick, and he just kind of sighs.
Oh.
He doesn't say anything. He manages not to roll his eyes at you, but he just sighs.
Let's get tiring
Of
after a
course.
1,000 years.
All right. Go forth, kindred of Denver. Seek the answers to the problems that vex you. And do not hesitate to bring any further evidence that you uncover in any of these situations to my attention. Booth, please stay with me. I would like to speak with you privately after the others have gone. Booth gets
Ooh.
Booth gets kind of this look on his face and nods. Of course, grandsire.
Well, I was gonna invite you, Booth, but I mean, it's the prince. You gotta stay. So, I'll call you.
I gotta. It's
Out
Such a
again before I
shame.
leave.
Yeah.
what?
Will said he bowed again before we
Ah,
leave.
okay.
So, Kyle, tell me everything you know about Miles as we walk out of the office.
Okay, and I break it down in great detail with a lot of you knows and yeah, man, and I don't know, and
Sounds bogus, dude.
Pegasus, and it's gnarly, and all the typical California bullshit,
What I don't like is
stereotypical
the night
words.
that the stuff went down in the Red Note. He was outside. We You saw him outside.
Yeah, and I saw the gargoyle too, man. But I guess he's cool.
He's probably not with the lupines, though.
No,
Yeah,
I doubt that.
No, I know, but what did he catch on his camera? That's what I'm afraid of.
Oh, yeah. When we take him, we will have to take him alive. One, for the reason the prince said, and secondly, because we need to know what he has.
We're really gonna need you on this, Ron.
I had the
Yeah.
feeling you might.
This is a big old Ron deal. Unless you
I
want his
sorry
head cut
guys.
off, I'm pretty much useless.
So, I, as a storyteller, have a couple of questions for you all.
Sure.
First of
Okay.
all, where are you going to start? You've got several different things going on here.
He's
What are we
just
doing
thinking though that
first?
if their tasks are more present.
Yeah, I think the question is what Caleb's doing because Merrick right now is got nothing like pressing on him for the rest of the evening. So he's all in on helping Kyle with this Jensen thing. He just doesn't know how he can. Or Jensen thing. That's your uh, last name. The Miles
Yeah.
Stevenson thing.
Different
So,
sun.
if I may, I think especially for Kyle, the prince's advice of just stay away from the guy is probably the best. If we want to take a closer look at him, we don't want him noticing Kyle trying to do that, especially.
No,
So maybe the two of you could focus somewhere else. I think Ron
Uh,
could probably get some investigators to start looking into Stevenson first, and then maybe his editor after we clear him of suspicions.
Caleb, do
Um,
you have anything pressing? Anything you want to tell the group about? Maybe we could give you a hand.
n- I mean, I would like to go with Ron just to help sift through the data, and because I'm going to be more useful investigating than I am in the field. But
so that
if
was something
we,
else Ron wanted to bring up is he still wants to continue his investigation into like his actual work investigation, but he really wants to bring Caleb in on this. Like he wants to bring him into the fold, show him the evidence he's got, get his opinion. Like he's really, really been wanting to trust Caleb with this. And I know the last time when they went to the crime scene, things didn't go well, and Ron got a little, curmudgeonly, but he's trying to give Caleb another chance here and trying to see what he's got because
yeah,
he really Caleb's impressed him a couple times with his knowledge. So he's like, there's something here that Caleb has that Ron doesn't have, and Nick knows it's all that occult knowledge and stuff like that. But
yeah,
Ron is just like he knows things that I don't know. He's insanely intelligent in a way that I am not.
yeah.
All right.
Oh, Caleb will actually turn to the others. If we think it's unwise to physically investigate Miles at this juncture, maybe it's time to get the Red Note hooked up with a security camera system and make a note of where the blind spots are in case we decide to feed there.
The prince did offer us um resources as far as relocating. I wonder if he would offer resources to help upgrade for the red note as well.
Yeah, and
Um,
I've kind of been avoiding seeing the band as well. I kind of got to do that. I'm gonna
Oh,
need
I actually
Ron's
forgot
help
about that
for a lot of that.
myself.
I'm gonna need Ron's help with some of
yeah,
Well, shoot, Ron's happy to help everybody, but he sure is busy.
that. Yeah, aren't we all?
Yeah.
So I guess that is to say to prioritize, he is going to prioritize his investigation and working with Caleb, but as a secondary, he will help Merrick as well, of course. And if it's possible, JD, I don't know if it is, but I'm assuming that Ron would probably be powerful enough to get an investigator to just look into Stevenson and get some information back so he can pass that along to Kyle and the prince or
Oh
whatever.
yeah. I mean, depending on what you want somebody to look for, you've got enough pull within the department just by saying, "Hey, this is Detective Green. Can you guys do me a favor and run a background check on this guy?"
Yeah, I
I
think he's
mean,
talking about a background check and having somebody like actually surveil him, for a couple days and see if they get any
see,
good information.
that kind of thing might take a little more doing. You could get it done, but it might take a
Right.
little more effort.
Talking
Um,
about having to
m-
actually roll skill rolls and stuff at that point.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm willing to try
technically,
it.
technically speaking, using department assets to surveil a suspect generally requires having some kind of probable cause, some kind of reason to believe that they've committed a crime.
Um,
So, to
if
assign somebody to tail somebody,
so, how about this?
it's
You know how sometimes, as favors to one another, police will look into people or maybe keep an eye on somebody in their off time
uh-huh.
for a little bit? Ron's gonna try to go that route. A trusted person, just say, "Hey, give me a couple days with this in your off time. I'll make it worth your while, whether that be funds or, putting in a good word towards this person's, future career or whatever it would be." I think if possible, Ron's gonna try to go that route, but if not, I understand that as well.
No,
But I get what you're
that
saying.
seems
We're like
fun.
actually using official resources and like putting a bead out on it. Like it creates a paper trail. It requires authorization, so on and
Exactly.
so forth. So Ron's gonna try to tiptoe around that as much as possible. Um,
Okay.
yeah.
I like it.
But it does sound to me like a lot of Ron's stuff that he wants to look into is going to require a visit to the actual office.
Oh yeah, and that's the part where he wants to bring Caleb with him. So that will probably be something he does sooner than later, as soon as Caleb actually has some free time to go do that. I know he's got classes and whatnot to do, so I don't know when his free time is, but
Well,
yeah,
very
that'd
few
be great.
college courses actually take place between the hours of, say, 11 p.m. and 6 a.m. You
Yeah.
know,
Okay.
just
Well then, Caleb, why don't we take a trip over to the precinct and take a look at some
Wh-
stuff?
Why don't we?
right. So that's the two of you. Is anybody else going with them, or are you going to let them go just the two of them?
If I may, Ron only invites Caleb.
That's perfect.
Damn,
Okay.
that works.
Yeah,
So
sorry y'all.
I turn then to the other three of you.
Yeah, I'm gonna call Bruce, Vince, and the boys, and I'm gonna ask them to meet me at the Red Note. I'm gonna ask Kyle to give me a ride.
Okay. So
Fuck
are you going
yeah.
to ask Kyle to hang out with you while you meet with the guys, or just give you a lift?
Oh, you can hang out if you want to. It's gonna be actually it might be nice having another business owner there. So,
Yeah.
Merrick is thinking about what he heard Noriko and stuff say. So Merrick's gonna tell him that Danny, the guy who stands in when Merrick can't, play a night,
Mm-hmm.
should probably go ahead and take Merrick's role in
Not a bad idea.
the band. Stepping out and quitting.
Oh no. Quitting the band?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So we'll get to that in a minute. So that's you and Kyle. Noriko, what are you doing?
I'm not needed. Then I would simply go back. I have enough going on with the move and everything to deal with. That and
Okay.
trying to just think, sit and think. And the best thing for me to be able to think is to paint. So I'm gonna go back
Okay.
to my place, and before I leave there, I'm gonna add another mural to one of the walls and think myself out. That's my plan.
All right. That sounds good. So,
And not to my prior havens, right? Actually, I forgot that I was in a hotel or something. I'm gonna go to a different hotel tonight, and I'm gonna also take a circuitous, purposeful route to throw off any possible tail before I get to that hotel.
that sounds like a very good plan. Um, I would like you to please make a dexterity plus drive roll.
Okay, that is 4 plus 3, so 7 dice actually.
Okay, very
Uh,
good.
so
Damn.
here's 6. I'll do 6 and then 1. Ooh, too bad that was a 1.
I see 3 successes. Okay. Okay, you have 3 successes.
Oh, when I get back, I'm going to have to maybe improvise with an easel or something. I have such opportunity.
Yeah. All right. So, you get into your place of safety and begin painting to try to get some of your anxiety settled as much as anything.
Yep.
Caleb and Detective Green. The two of you go downtown to the precinct. Ron, ball's kind of in your court here.
Yep.
What are you bringing Caleb in on specifically? Be very specific about what you're going to offer as far as
Okay.
information, in evidence, what have you.
Like he's truly going to open up about all the actual like police evidence that he has about the serial killer and like all the different things that are going on, drivers with the different women and stuff like that, tie in the connection to Karina and just say, okay, given everything that's going on, the tiny terror as it was, the little nickname we gave him the other night,
Yeah.
and just tie it all that together and just say, in your opinion, is all this stuff connected? Or are we looking at a few different things going
One
on and
second.
some coincidences? Yeah, go ahead.
Josh?
Sorry, my internet decided to do a fucky. I got to in your opinion, Nick.
All right.
So, in your opinion, is all this stuff connected and intertwined, or am I just trying to string together things that have nothing to do with one another? Because you can sometimes see things that I can't fully see. And I've learned in my career that sometimes that really helps, is to get another set of eyes, another opinion on things. Somebody who thinks in a way that isn't always the way that you think, that I think.
Josh,
Yeah.
I'm going to ask you to do something a little unusual.
Okay.
How many dots of auspex do you have?
Who? I
How many
almost
dots?
bought the third.
How many dots of awareness do you have?
I also have 2, but I
Please
also
roll
do,
4 dice.
and I also have that merit. I don't know if it matters here, but
Which one, Josh?
The Oracle one?
Yeah, that one. Like I said, roll 4 dice.
One success, it's not a botch.
I'm kind of impressed. You look at the collected evidence. I mean, there are at this point literally over 100 pages of notes from the different crime scenes. There are coroner's reports. There are forensic reports. There are crime scene team reports. There are witness statements. There are missing person statements that have been made regarding the missing women. You have one
Why? Why,
success.
little computer? Why?
You have just the one success. Oh, are you gone?
It sounds like he's having a bunch of problems with his
Yeah.
headset or something.
Okay,
A
Josh, are you
curse?
with me again? Josh?
Uh-oh. Now it's Josh's turn. It was me earlier. Now it's Josh's turn.
Is does it make me a terrible person that for a change I'm just glad it's not me?
Okay.
No,
I
that's
think
perfectly
I
acceptable.
think I live.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
we hear you.
It's
Yeah.
it's a
Yeah.
conspiracy, man.
Right?
The man's out to get you.
So Josh, you paged through a lot of this stuff. But the thing that stands out to you, the thing that you dwell on as you're going through this massive file is the photographs. And then you get to
Oh
a
no.
set, then you get to a set of photographs
Yeah?
taken at the one real anomalous crime scene where the murder victim, the driver, had been eviscerated, but not with a bladed instrument.
That's the one I was at, isn't it?
It is.
And the
Mm.
weird thing in the photograph, it's the kid, isn't it?
Oh, oddly enough, no. The weird thing in the photograph is there is a photograph in the file of the photo album that had pictures of all of the missing women, including 3 women that the police had not known about.
Oh my god. Amanda's one of them.
Well, see, the funny thing is, in the photographs, which you are looking at a photograph of the photo album, not the photos in it.
Mm.
Now, Ron, if you want to be incredibly helpful, you could go down to the evidence locker and get the photo album. And
Is it?
that would give Caleb something to look at. But
I
you
was gonna say, is
remember
it
Caleb
safe to
seeing
say
this at
that
the scene.
he? So maybe as Caleb's like looking at the photo and focusing on that, Ron's like, "What do you see, man? What are you looking at?"
Um, could I see this album? He
Ron
lowers
looks
his
at
voice.
the picture and he notices the photo album you're looking at, and he's like, "Yeah, you know what? That's in the evidence locker. Um,
Yeah.
wait right here. I'll go grab it." And Ron
Yeah,
Yeah.
like
Josh,
gets out of the room
while
in a hurry.
while Ron is gone,
God
you
damn it.
are looking at this picture of the photo album. And that's where this one success just creeps up on you. There was something about this crime scene. You've got a picture of the victim of the body in one hand and a picture of that photo album in the other. And yeah, you don't know why, but you're convinced. You really believe Amanda, your sire's missing ghoul, is one of the women whose picture is in that book. But there's something else going on here, and you can't quite make heads or tails of it. There's something nagging at you that seems so familiar. But you are still standing here looking at these back and forth between these two pictures. Ron, you arrive at the evidence locker. And you ask the clerk on duty for such and such item number, part of such and such case file. And
Mm-hmm.
yeah, sure, detective, no problem. Clerk goes to the back, comes back with a big file box, sets it on the counter so you can see inside it, and starts sifting through it. What'd you say the item number was that you're looking for? You rattle it off to him again. It's, because you've got basically a tear off tag on an evidence bag
Mm-hmm.
that has the number, and that goes in your file, and the item goes in an evidence bag and goes to the locker for safekeeping. So you've got the number off the tag, and you give him the number again. He's like, and what did you say this thing is?
Photo album.
Huh. And he starts unpacking the box in front of you. And he gets all the way to the end, and he turns the box towards you and shakes it. Yeah. Detective, are you sure? I don't have anything here. I don't have a photo album of any kind in this set, but I don't have any kind of record of that item number. I
If
mean,
Ron had blood pressure, it would be rising right now.
everything's cataloged.
He's gonna lean over and kind of like slide the because I'm imagining it's like one of those caged windows. So he's gonna kind of like slide the clipboard toward him and say, "Look, man, there's the number right there." And he's just gonna wait for the guy to read the number and then not be able to find the item.
Yeah, I mean, he starts sifting back through and putting everything back in the box, and I mean, most of this stuff is photos and uh, odds and ends and things collected at the crime scene, and this is the box that it's supposed to be in.
Ron's just gonna sigh and just say, "You know what? Can you just file a complaint about it or a report about it or whatever, and I guess I'll just look at it whenever it turns up." What are you gonna do? It's
Well,
not in there.
hang on just a minute. I mean, I've got a whole room back here that's filled with identical looking file boxes. Maybe somebody looked at it and put it back in the wrong box. So, you know, give me give me half an hour to look around for it.
Ron kind of rubs the back of his neck and he's like, "Oh man, if you don't mind, it would help me out. You need a sandwich or a couple tacos or something? I can go run and get something for you."
And he turns and he looks at you like you are his savior. Like, man, if I can you make a Taco Bell run for me? Here, I've got cash.
Ron's like, "Keep it, man. You're doing me the favor to look through all this crap. I mean, I know it's your job, but I've been there before. It's a pain in the ass."
Oh, it's 2 o'clock in the morning. It's pretty damn dead back here, so I'm happy to have something to do. This
Well,
means I
if
don't
you
have
don't
to.
mind, and Ron's just gonna leave the clipboard there, just he's like, just
Yeah,
so you have the evidence number or
yeah, yeah,
whatever.
yeah. I got
But he's
I
gonna
got the
snap
item
a
number.
quick picture of it on his phone, just in case this clipboard ends up fucking disappearing or something.
Would I do
He's a little
that?
bit worried at this point, yeah. So, but either way, he grabs the guy's order and he's gonna text Caleb real quick and just kind of give him a rundown. Like, look, it's not there. They're looking for it. I'm gonna run and grab this guy from Taco Bell. Dot dot dot. You want anything?
Yeah, we'll text back. No, I think I'm good. Hey, is it cool if I follow up a different lead on the computer? Just check your database for someone?
Ron's just gonna say, I'm gonna act like you didn't ask me that and just do whatever you need to do.
Urgent.
Ah. So Ron, you leave Caleb alone at the station, and you go on a Taco Bell run at 2 o'clock in the morning for the evidence guy.
What could go wrong?
Nothing bad happens when you leave the Tremere alone.
Listen, this is called thickening the plot.
Boy, isn't it though? Isn't it just? So, Caleb, while Ron's gone, what are you looking for on his computer?
Oh, we are doing a full check on Amanda. I need any leads here. I am drowning.
Ah, oh, Cupcake. You're a vampire. You can't drown.
Okay, fine. Then
You're
I'm
just underwater.
then I'm
Poetically, he's drowning. Poetically.
then I'm in Lake Michigan along with all the sunken ships.
Right? Okay, fine. So you may not be drowning, but you are certainly floundering. Got it. All right. So make for me an intelligence plus computer roll.
Okay.
R- Ron, did you give him your login ID?
Ron, when he's talking to you, Caleb says, pretend you didn't ask me that, this and that, and he says, you'll find my username and password on a post-it note, posted on the inner part of my left-hand drawer, top drawer.
And there you have it. All right. You have 2 successes on the requested roll.
Yep.
I have fantastic news for you, sir. You find every extant record for the missing Miss Amanda. She has a driver's license issued by the state of Colorado. She has a social security number. She has an address of record that is the same as the address on the driver's license.
And the same that I have for her. I'm just
And the
guessing.
photo on the driver's license doesn't look a thing like the Amanda you know. Thanks. We'll just leave you there. Merrick and Kyle.
Damn it, Dave!
Drop you off a cliff.
So this is that part where Coyote goes chasing after the Roadrunner off the edge of the cliff and then realizes that he's standing over a 500-foot drop off. So, Merrick, you and Kyle head back down to the bar and you make your phone calls to the guys to come down and meet you. It's late, but they're willing to play ball. I mean, hell, they play they play in a punk metal band. So yeah, they are willing and able to come down and meet you.
Before they get there, I want to mix
Huh?
them all a drink, and I'm gonna put a little bit of my blood in.
Okay. Very good.
Wicked.
That's part of it, man. You gotta keep it up.
Merrick's a fucking badass, dude.
So they
Eric
come
is
on
a badass,
down.
I can't
Yeah.
believe you do that to your friends.
right? What a prick.
I know. And do I need to
Technically, he's
roll?
just maintaining.
Do I need to roll
Um,
stealth to put it into Kyle's?
Nice.
Oh, you motherfucker! I love you.
I'm kidding, Kyle.
um,
You wouldn't have a reason to drink it.
Exactly.
No,
well,
I just mix it.
except for the fact that when you serve drinks around to everybody, it would look weird if Kyle didn't drink his.
Me and Kyle's
Oh,
cup half
I'm
empty on
sorry.
their arrival.
I'm being the devil again. That's my bad. I'm sorry.
Hey,
Um,
Mr. Devil, they know we're vampires, don't they?
yeah, they do.
Yeah, so why would I drink a fucking drink? Um,
I'm not gonna blood bond you, but I was just joking.
Or was he?
or Leslie.
No, it's gonna be
No,
cute.
no, I might be the only vampire that can take you down.
Do it, you coward.
So the guys
Okay.
arrive.
The guys arrive. And it's your moment, man. What do you got to say for yourself?
So we sit at the newly rebuilt bar.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'm behind it. And I slide them their drinks. And, well, you guys probably seen that Ramon asked for us.
Yeah, yeah.
He left me the place. I think to honor him, I'm gonna take it and run it. So I think you guys should give Daniel a call and see if he wants to take a permanent spot in the group.
So you're gonna step back from the band then?
Yeah, I mean, when you guys play here, I'll do some shows with you. Get the crowd riled up and whatnot. But not gonna be able to hit the road anymore. I'm tied down.
Well, I mean, I guess that makes sense, but God, that sucks. I mean, I gotta be honest, Merrick. Vince looks at you and he kind of looks a little skeptical. He says, "Brother, I don't know, man. We've been in this together since the beginning. I don't know if we can do this without you."
Ah, that was just the window dressing.
Window dressing my ass. You're the guitar, man. You're the heart and soul of this band.
Well, you can still do that. I mean, like I said, we guys play with you guys when you're here and stuff. But I mean, we haven't done a day show in years, and I'm sure you guys are itching to do that. It's because me and Ramon were always tied down here. You guys can actually get out there and sell some freaking albums and some merch. So.
All right, if that's what you want, then
Still the house band. So yeah, I still expect you here every other day. But
wow, doesn't give us much room to get out and play shows elsewhere, does it?
you know,
I mean,
you if you
maybe
schedule a tour, you let me know, and then I can schedule it. But in your downtimes, I mean,
sure, I mean, All right. All right. Yeah. We'll
But
they look at each other and they look at you and they say, "Yeah, we'll keep doing like we've been." Um
and at the festival this coming weekend, reopen or the ode to Ramon, if you will. That'll be our send off. We'll make him remember it.
yeah. So yeah, they actually look kind of choked up, man. They're upset. The idea that you are going to step aside and let somebody else take your place in the band? Like, man, okay, you know we're here for you, right?
Yeah, yeah, but I mean, I got on Ramon, so he left this
Well, yeah,
place
I
to me
mean, we
for a
all
reason.
do, but all right. Well, fuck, man. All right. And they hold up their shots together. Vince looks at you and he says, "For Ramon." And they all throw him back.
L'chaim.
All right. Anything else with the guys before you move on?
Nope, that's it. I really thought I was gonna have to dig into it's business and blah blah blah. So, but
Yeah.
Kyle was here with me, but it worked out.
Well,
That's it for me. Unless you got something to say, Kyle.
well, while they were talking, I just wanted to say I was texting Miss Elizabeth and just hitting her up, letting her know that the camera system needed to be upgraded and don't come to my place no more. Stay at her apartment. Uh, Stuff's not okay, not safe, and I may need to even get rid of the house. So,
Okay.
but
He sends you back a message and says, all right, you're the boss. Um, the good news from the contractor is the work will be completed a week ahead of schedule. We will be ready to reopen in about 10 days.
okay. Also, you're no longer to be in the front. Hire somebody. Um, you need to have steel reinforced doors to your office, and just in case, I'll just say just in case, you need to be safe.
Aw. I'd like to take this opportunity to just get a collective aw from everybody. Kyle's worried about his school.
Oh,
That's so sweet.
Oh,
Hey man,
oh,
I'm just doing what I was told, but you don't know that. That's okay. I'll take it.
How many war
Yep.
crimes have been committed in that same ideology?
I do care about my ghoul. How about that? Now what?
Yeah. Hey, you know what? She's a good girl, and she's good enough help. She'd be hard to replace. Hell, she was
True.
hard to find in the first place.
Yes, he was. Yeah, but yeah, that's all I get. That's all I'm gonna do.
All right.
man, look at that. We're gonna leave Caleb on the cliffhanger for the week because we are past 11.
Oh no.
Didn't you just say you could go longer? I'm just saying, going longer is a possibility.
Going longer is a
Actually,
possibility.
it is a possibility. However, the wife wants to watch a movie
Oh,
Oh,
that's rough.
because I have tomorrow off. So
Josh,
I
I'm so
told
sorry.
I'm okay with ending it right here.
You're not sorry, Dave. I've met you.
Yeah,
It's
you've
net
met me. You know I'm pretty sorry.
it's Netflix
Oh
and
my
chill
goodness.
time for Frankie.
Yeah, hey. All right, everybody. Thanks so much for joining us for tonight's session of Denver in Darkness.
Yeah, hell yeah. Thank you, everyone.
It has been a great session. Thank you, everybody, for being here to play. Quick pass around the table. Frankie,
We
I
love
want
you.
you to go. I want everybody to take 4 experience points tonight.
Oh,
Oh
wow.
shit.
Great session. I love what we've got going on tonight.
Beautiful.
I can't wait for next week.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
You know,
Why do we always worry about him?
I was all geared up to go for another hour, and then Frankie's punking on us. So I
Yeah.
can't wait for next
I'll
week.
eat the bullet. I'll eat the bullet.
Hey, man, I can't blame you for going for the quality time with the missus while you've got the chance. I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah.
take your 4 experience points, and you and the lady go have a good evening. Enjoy yourselves, and we'll see you back here for next week.
I
In the
appreciate
meantime,
it.
everybody.
Before I run, I want to say great role play from everyone tonight. I think this is the most Noriko has talked in any session. We got a lot
Yeah.
more with Kyle and the Smiles stuff. So I think Eric got a good chance to talk tonight. So good role play from the both of you. Caleb is still a bitch, and seeing Ron fanboy out over the Dawn was great. So you guys have a great